Hi, y'all. It's time for me to tell you a little story. One day, a morbidly obese woman was sitting on the toilet. She'd eaten a lot of Zwaggle hot dogs the day before, and she thought she was about to pinch off a giant dump. Just to her chagrin, when she fired it out the tube, it came out kind of wiggly, like it was a living turd. She fired it again, releasing a lot more shit into the toilet, but she still didn't know about that first original wildly moving log that came out of her fanny. This morbidly obese woman lifted up her fat butt as best she could with her hands and turned around to see there was a little baby fetus in the toilet, flapping its little arms around, flapping and winking and stuff. Well, the morbidly obese woman, seeing this little fetus in the toilet, started to scream. The fat farting woman started to scream, and she launched a new fart, and a full log of human feces hit her little fetus in the mouth with a direct shot. Well, all this commotion caused quite a scene, as you could imagine. The fat, farting, obese woman's husband came rushing in. He said, "Marg, what's wrong?" He lifted up one of her fat, 10-pound buttocks and looked right in the toilet and saw that writhing fetus covered in turd, and Rolf started to barf. He projectile vomited all over that little baby fetus. Rolf was so disgusted, he began starting to sweat, pacing around the room, barf all over the fetus, and Marg, she saw the barf, and it made her fart on the fetus. Then, what happened next? Marg tried to get herself off the toilet. She's so obese that she had to summon up one of her biggest farts. She gritted her teeth, closed her eyes, and said, "I gotta get off this toilet to save my baby." And she ripped a big one, and Marg landed face first on the bathroom floor, revealing the whole toilet bowl for Rolf to see. Rolf was disgusted by the look of his new little fetal baby. He barfed into his mouth and tried to gulp it back down before Marg could catch him. Rolf knew he had a few seconds to spare. He walked over to the toilet, started jiggling the toilet handle, and then he pushed it real hard. He tried to flush that poop and barf covered baby down the drain. He knew it was gonna grow up to be a big degenerate loser who sucked dicks for a living. But by the time he tried to flush it down the third time, and the fetus didn't go down, Rolf Rolf was shocked when Marg said, "Rolf, what are you doing?" Marg had fired herself back up, face first on the ground, and she knew Rolf was trying to flush down her butthole baby. Rolf lunged backward, blushing and sweating with embarrassment. What, he said. "I didn't know that was a baby. I thought it was just one of your biggest turds." "Well, Rolf, it might be my biggest turd of all time, but you shouldn't flush any of my turds without me giving you permission," and Marg said as she farted her pants back on. And then Marg started to fart her way across the room, and she farted herself back onto the bed. That's where she always slays. The memory foam mattress already had a big fat Marg impression on it, covered in fresh snacks, Cheetos, Ding Dongs, Twinkies, moon pies, just random sticks of butter. Anything you would want if you were extremely fat. Marg farted herself into position, grabbed a moon pie, and started to chew on it. Then, Rolf, a tear coming out of one of his eyes, he knew he was a man, and he couldn't let anybody see that tear. He scooped that poop baby out of the toilet, wrapped it up in toilet paper, and started bringing it downstairs. Eventually, he would take that poop baby to the hospital, get it registered, and bring it back home to Marg. He plopped the baby back on the bed next to Marg, who had a mouthful of butter, moon pies, Slim Jims, and Cheetos. And that little gross, ugly, pale Connecticut baby, without even any guidance, started crawling around through the snacks and bags of discarded waste from Marg. He crawled right through it and crawled right up to Marg's butthole. And that ugly little pale Connecticut baby started wiggling around, drilling his head into Marg's butthole. Forced his head into that butthole, and wildly flapping around, he's squiggling around like a weird little worm. He squiggled his way up into that obese woman's butthole, and Marg farted, but it didn't squirt out the baby. He still wiggled his way up in there. And then Rolf, full of dismay at what he'd just seen, wiped away another tear and went to the supermarket to buy some more Funyuns, moon pies, Oreos, squirt soda, Ding Dongs, Twinkies, ground beef, Hawaiian buns, and other snacks to feed his fat wife and the new anal baby.